Hello and welcome to another tutorial, this time on HTML and CSS. So today we are going to make a very nice CV template. So I was going through this website, which is known to lots of developers, w3schools.com, and they have their own CSS framework as well, but I'm not going to use their CSS framework. So I'm going to use plain or vanilla HTML and CSS to make one of these templates that I found really nice. It's a CV template, so I'm just going to show it to you. So there's this image and with the name, some personal information, skills, languages. Well, there is this footer with social media, and on this section we have work experience and education. It's a very simple template, and we are going to use CSS grids to create such a layout that is, so we have two sections. One is on the left about this information, and this one is occupying almost 1/3, less than 1/3 of the whole width of the screen, and then the other section is occupying the rest. So this is what we are going to make today. And in order to get started, I have created a folder. I've called it resume, and here we need to create another file in index.html and also style.css. so we have two files here. Now, in order to link them together, well, first we need to declare that this document is going to be HTML, and the way I do it on VS Code is I have added emmet, so I simply click type in the exclamation mark and press tab, and it generates this boilerplate for me. So this is the HTML doc type declaration, and then under head we have some meta tags like character set, like compatibility, also with mobile screens, and the title of our web page, which something that is shown in the browser tab. So I just want to call it like resume, and then head finishes here, and then there is the body, and this is the content of our web page. So here inside the head tag we also need to include some more information. For example, we want to connect this or link our HTML to our CSS, because we would like to also use some styling, and we need to let index.html know where to look for those styles. So here, just above title, I type in link, press tab, and then I have this. And here, because it's in the same folder, I simply write the name, that is style.css, and now they are linked. I just save this, and in order to see the results like live, let's say, you can go to extensions, and here you can download a live server. So yeah, live server, and then when you have it, it's much easier to work, because for instance here I want to write a heading 1, h1, which is like the title. I just say hello world, and if I save it, Control S on Windows, if I save this, now if I go right click somewhere and open live server, you would see that the web page will be opened with this localhost, and then with hello world in it. So if I go back, I change this to hello you, I save it, and I go back there, I can see the changes applied immediately, like hello you. I'm going to open this up in Firefox, which is actually my favorite. Okay. So this is then what we are going to make. Now you can see that there are several icons here. So how do we get the icons? We can get them from Font Awesome. So the way we do it, we just can simply look for Font Awesome CDN, look for CDN and the first result, CDNJS, click on it. And here we have access to the CDN of Font Awesome. So the first result, let's just copy link tag, go back to our editor, and on top of, just above the style sheet here, let's just paste it in, save. And now we have access to Font Awesome icons. Let's check. So if I go to fontawesome.com, and this is the version 5, because this is also the version of the CDN, so 5. And here I just look for example, phone, click on phone, and let's see, so start using this icon. If I click, this is the code that I need to insert into my HTML. So I can simply click, go back to my code editor, let's just paste it here, like so, save. Now go back to your live server, and you can see a phone icon here. And we can also change the color, we can also change the size. So for example, if I far 2x means twice the size. If I go back, you see it's like bigger now. And we can also change the color in our CSS file. Okay, so now we have everything set up. Let's start by going into our HTML and see what we are going to make. So again, we have one section on the left and one section on the right, and all of it should be inside the main body. So let's write it down. We choose a main tag. It's a semantic tag, so you can also choose div, but this one shows other developers that this is going to be our main body. Inside the main body we need two sections. So section, let's just call them section. And the good thing with Emmet and VS Code is that I can write section, then dot, then let's say left, and tab. It creates a class of left for me. Cool. We need another section, let's call it right. So again, section dot right, tab, and then I have access to this one. Okay, so section left is going to be where this part is. What do we have here? So here we have an image, some text on top of the image, and then some lists. So let's start by going through it one by one. So let's go have, let's call it left image, and our left image should have an image obviously in it. And where do we get that image? So let's just copy the image link. We're going to use the same image and paste it inside source. And then under this we need to have another, like in H2 for example. So an H2 means heading, second level of heading. So the first one, the biggest one, the most important one is H1, which shows what the document is going to be about. Then there is H2, then H3. And here, John Doe, Jane Doe. So let's go Jane Doe. Let's save this. And if we go back to our, you see, we have this image and we have Jane Doe. But the thing is, we need this one to be here. How can we move this and put it on top of the image? So in order to do that, we should see it like this. So we have this div, which is here. Then we have these two in it. I want to move Jane Doe inside this div and put it here. So this one should move. So the position for this one should be absolute. And the position for the parent div inside which this is going to move around should be relative. So let's go to our CSS. Let's work with it now. So let's say our left image should be positioned as relative. So, and then how about the H2, which is inside this? So we say left image h2, it means the h2 which is inside this should have a position of absolute. Now if we check, we see nothing is changing because we haven't actually, oh, this one, yeah, so we haven't actually specified, okay, where should this be, the bottom and the top. So remember, this is going to be the bottom of the div, and we need to specify the distance from the bottom. So let's do it like that. So let's say bottom equals, let's say 0, and see what changes, you see. So now the bottom has become 0, and then maybe some left, so we need some distance from the left. So let's go also left, and let's say 1 rem. Yeah, okay, this is closer, this is bigger, but it's fine anyways. So okay, so now our Jane Doe is here. Cool. So we did some CSS. Okay, what else do we need inside our left section? We need another list with some icons. So let's do that again inside the section, but under the left image. So let's have some class of personal, and inside the class we need to have an on order list, ul. Inside we need some list, how many items, 1 2 3 4. So the way we can do it is we can say li 4, and then it gives us 4 lists. Cool. So we needed a what was that we needed again? Designer London. Okay. No. Okay, so designer, then here we had London UK, then we had some email like a@mail.com, and here we had a phone number. Now we also need the icons, so let's go back to our font awesome. We already know about the phone icon, so this is a way, so we just copy this, go back and paste it here. Let's check it. You can see there is this, well, we'll change the styling later, but you can see it happens. So for others we can do the same. Where was this? Oh yeah, so here I don't know, location maybe. So for location, okay, let's choose this one, is simple, or this one. Nah, it's fine. So let's see what it is. Location arrow. Okay, so location arrow here, and designer, so like a briefcase. So I think we can simply actually copy this and just change the word to designer. Instead of location arrow, let's just say brief case. Let's see if this works. Yeah, we have a briefcase. And then the email, so for the email actually we can do, again, copy this, and instead of location arrow, envelope, and we have envelope as well. Cool. Okay, what else do we need? So we need some some line here, horizontal line, and we also need this. Okay, so let's do the horizontal line. So for the horizontal line, what we need to do is under personal, well actually, yeah, here we can say HR, which is more like a ruler kind of thing, horizontal line. So you see, but this goes all the way. It's because we haven't told our browser that, hey, we need this to only occupy this much. That's why it goes all the way. So we will change this later, no worries. Now let's have another list, so skills. Let's go down after this div. So we say skills, another div, and under skills we need to have an h3, for example, which says the skills. We also needed some font awesome. Let's copy this, and instead of phone, let's just go with cog. Yeah, okay. And we needed also these and some progress bars. Okay, let's do that. So here we need another list, unordered list, and our unordered list should have, let's put just 3 for now. And inside this we need to have a p tag which says like Adobe and whatever. Oops. So okay, p tag which says Adobe, for example. And then we need also to have a progress bar. So the way we do progress bars is simply just say progress. That's it. But progress should have some values. The first value should be the max, that is, what is the maximum number, let's say 100. And what is the value that we want to give it now? Let's say Adobe, we know 80% of whatever there is about Adobe. I have no idea how to measure that, but okay. So let's go back. You see? Cool. Awesome. Now let's go further and create 2 more. So we can simply actually copy and paste this. It's much faster. So let's say HTML, and let's say we know, I don't know, 90, and then again something like CSS, and maybe 70. Let's check. Cool, we have them. Okay, so what else? So we'll change the stylings, no worries. What else? Now languages. Okay, languages exactly the same. So we just need to copy and paste this. So let's copy and paste this part. Say with the skills, right? Now we are going to call it languages. So let's do that here. And oops, I just messed up the indentation. So let's copy again. Why do I have this all the way here? Oh yeah, actually I have it. It's funny. Okay, it works now. So let's just call it languages, and then here also languages, and instead of cog, I don't know if there is a world icon there. No. Okay, so let's just look for it. Let's say world, or actually language. Well, why world? Yeah, because there is one for language. So let's just choose that. Yeah, this one. Okay, so let's use that. Let's see. Oh, language. I just need to type it anyways. So here, language. Let's save, go back, and here we have the languages. Awesome. Okay, and these progress bars. So here, let's say, I don't know, Dutch, for example. Dutch 100, and English, let's say 80, and another one, Persian 90. Okay, cool, we have them. Awesome. Alright, so now we have everything in place. Now we need to do the styling for this part, so we have to separate this part from the rest. Now let's go to our CSS and we'll change everything also about these. So now we go to our CSS, and here let's go on top. We need to do 2 things. First, we need to say that I want everything and also the body to lose their default behavior, which is margin and whatever they have. I just wanted to set it to 0 because I want to tell them about the margin and padding and that sort of information. And also the box sizing, if you don't know what that is, well, you should Google it. So box sizing, border box, and okay, cool. Now what else? Yeah, so let me think. So we have our left section, right? Yeah, and let me check again. So we have left and right, so we need to put them in two different. We say that we want the left to have 33% and the right section whatever is left. So let's come here. Everything was under main, right? So under main we had the right section and the left section. So it's in main. I want it to be displayed as grid. And now the what about the columns? So I want the columns, that grid template columns. I want to have two columns. So one here and one here. But what about the size? So I would say I want this one to have 33% of the whole width of the main. And the other one, I want to have 1 FR. So 1 FR means that whatever is left. Right, so yeah, now let's go back and you should see this difference here now. You see? So instead of going all the way, now it's here. Okay, so this is like 33%, but our image is not inside our grid yet. And let's deal with the image now. And before actually dealing with the image, let's see what about the background. So let's change something about the background on left, because we want to know what we are dealing with. So left, background color, let's just, I don't know, go for something like this color for now. You see, so this is going to be the color, but this one is not inside it yet. That is why we are going to fix this. So our left image, left image, and the image inside the left image, we want it to have a width of 100%. 100% of the container that is supposed to be in. Now you see it is well inside. Cool, but you see everything is so stuck to the border. So let's change that as well. So we need to give this left some margin, that is some up and down, and left, you know, some distance, some spacing from the main body. So we say our main, we want it to also have a margin of, let's say, 1 rem, maybe 1 rem. Now you see there is a distance here. Cool. What else do we need to do? We need to get rid of these dots of list items. So let's say that our UL, which is on order list, the list style I want to have none. No list styling. Now, cool, you don't see the dots. And now our content is stuck to the container. How can we get rid of that? So we can give it like a padding, and the padding gives it some space here. So let's go and see. So we have languages, skills, and personal, right? So we need to give some space to these three, not the image. I want the image to be, yeah, from this side to this side. So in order to choose the three of them, we can say personal, skills, and languages. We want the three of them to have a padding. So padding can take either one argument, 2 or 4. So if I say 1 rem, it means all sides, that it up, down, left, and right would be 1 rem. Now you see, so we have some distance now. Cool. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, this one is also actually, yeah. Now the line height, so they are so close to each other. Let's give it also some line height as well. So line height, let's say 2. Now you see there's difference. Cool. Now the font is not that nice, and it's too small actually as well. So maybe we can import some Google fonts. So what we can do is to go to fonts.google.com, and here you see all different types of fonts. So let's import Roboto, which I really like. So the way we import them is we select some styles. For example, we select 400, and let's also select 700, so these two. And here you can see they've been added. So import, and we need to just copy this part under style, copy it, go back to your editor, and on top of your CSS file, paste it. Now we have access to it, but what is the name that we are going to give to our font family? So copy this name, go back, and let's just give everything inside the body. So it's supposed to have this kind of font family. Let's save, go back again to our resume, and you see the font has changed. Nice. Now the font is a bit small and the color is also too dark, but yeah, it's fine for now. So okay, now let's say the way, okay, so this one is actually a bit different because this one has a different background color. So, and the main has white background color. So let's go back and change the background color of the body. So we say body, background color, and let's choose some sort of gray, maybe this one. Let's see. Yeah, okay, and then change this one to white now. Change the main. No, was it main? Oh, it was left. Yeah, so let's just change it to white. Okay, much cleaner now. Yeah, okay, now that we have these, let's get to our right section. So the right section is going to have two parts. So one part is for experience, and then the exact styling also and elements go for education. So let's do that. So work experience. So now we are going to our right section here, and let's make two classes. So the first one, let's call it experience, and then the next one we call it education, and then inside, oops, and then in oh, why is it happening? Okay, yeah, like that. Okay, now inside experience we have a title, and then we have again 3 lists. You can notice the pattern now, right? So the title has also an icon. So let's start with an H1, for example, and let's give it an icon, which was again briefcase. So inside H1, and let's say work experience, save, go back, and you have it. But language, oh yeah, so it was supposed to be briefcase actually. Now briefcase, cool. But you see we have no space here between the grids. This is because inside here, like main, we defined our grid system. We didn't specify any grid gap. So what we need to do, we say I want a grid gap of 1 rem, save it, and now you see there's a difference. Okay, what was I supposed to do? Yeah, here. So we have our H1. Under H1 we have what? Let's see. So we have some space, and then we have this list of 3 items, like a title, date, and description. Okay, so let's make a list with 3 items. The first one is going to be what was that again? So it had a font awesome icon, and then it was like front end. Yeah, let's just copy this. So front end developer, and then there was date, and then there was this text. Let's just copy this, and now let's get to date. So here we have a date, January. Okay, so let's see, January 2015 to current, right? So we'll get this to the styling, no worries. And here we simply have a p tag and some text. Now let's get to it. Okay, cool. Now we need to change this one current to something like this, and also we need to add a calendar. So let's see if Font Awesome, if they have a calendar like called calendar. Let's see. Yes, they do. Okay, it's fine. Well, it's okay. It's good enough. Now let's change this current. So we need to apply some changes to this current, which is inside this. That is why we need to use a span tag, because we don't want it to get to the next line. This is an inline element and current. And now let's just give it a class of, yeah, just current, so that we can access it easier. Now let's get back to our CSS. Here our current is going to have a background color of yeah, something like that, green for instance, and the color should be white. Yeah, okay, let's see. Cool. It only needs some padding just to have some spacing around. So let's just say padding is going to be I don't know, 4 rem. Okay, yeah, that's cool. We will change this spacing later, no worries. Okay, and we'll also change the color of the icons as well later. So now let's give it some height. Now, what was the name? So we had this experience. We need to give it some line height. Our experience. So experience, yeah, line height of 2. If you go back and you see, we already have some line heights. Maybe also the border radius, the corners. So let's just deal with corners as well. So let's say border radius and give it something like 3 pixels. Yeah, it's much better now. Okay. All right. Now, what about the background of this right section? So the right section, let's just go right. And right also can have a background color of, again, white. We'll see the, okay, cool. Now you see there is no padding, so we need to give it some padding. So let's give it some padding, 1 rem. Yes, much better. Yeah, let's take a look. Well, it has more, so maybe, okay, 2 or 1.5. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's cool. Now, what else do we have? Oh, the color of this one. Okay, the color of all of it is in okay, so let's get this one also a class. Yeah, class of date. And here, just above current, You see, I'm trying to keep them, well, not in chronological order, but in a way which is coming from top to bottom. Yeah. So let's give it the color of yeah, let's go with green. Cool. And you see, this one is not affected. It's the color of current does not go green because the styling comes afterwards. And then this is the latest styling for current. That's why it takes, oops, what happened? It takes this styling. So the color of current is white now instead of green. Okay, nice. Now let's get to, yeah, so you can see that the rest, all of them are the same, right? So let me just copy and paste these, and I will keep the classes and all that stuff. Yeah, like that. Copy, paste, paste. Okay, 3 times. Now we have 3. Cool. But we don't have any space here. So what we need to do is to go under, so under experience we have a UL, so I want to give it some margin, top and bottom. So under experience, so we say experience and then UL, which is under experience, and we want some margin, margin top and bottom, let's say 2 rem, and then left and right 0. Yes, okay, much better. Cool. Okay, and then we also need a section here, right? So we need to, yeah, so here it ends and the next section begins. So okay, so this div ends and this education div begins, and the way we do it, we simply actually copy, yeah, because it's the same styling anyways, right? So let's go back here and change and paste it, save it, go back, and here we have it without the styling, of course, because it's not under education, under experience anymore, but under education. So we can go here and also say, actually, or I may need to actually, yeah, because I need to do some other stuff. So no, let me change this back because I also need some changes here. So let me do this education UL and margin margin to rem again, and what, 0, right and left, what, education. Okay, so, oh yeah, so there is education, but there is no line height. So, and the line height is the same with experience, so I simply say both of them should have this line height. Cool. Now we need also another header for work experience. We have it here for education, right? So here under education we add another h1, we call it education, and here we have it. It needs to have some sort of an icon, so just give it an icon here, and let's see if we have university. Hopefully font awesome. Oh yes, cool, awesome, some space. We have it, awesome. Okay, yeah, and there's the university, and well, you can change these, right? So let's say, I don't know, bachelor's in computer sciences, and maybe this one is like yeah, design course somewhere, whatever, and we don't need that sort of that much information here. And also for this one we don't need that much information. Let's save, go back, and you see everything's good already. Let's switch shorter. Yeah, okay, so we have this. Now we need to also have some separation here, right? Because here we had these two cards, so we need to specify. Okay. Now the thing is, we have given main this background color, that is all of it has this. So maybe we need to give some margin to education and see what happens. Okay, education. Let's give margin top 1 rem. Nope. Yeah, that is why. So we need to give each section their own color, their own white color, one by one actually. Yeah. So we go here and oh no, here. We should go back to left, background color. And did we give a background color to main as well? No, we didn't. Okay, cool. So let's just copy this. Well, we don't need to copy it. We can say left, experience, education. All of them should have the same. Now these 3 sections have the same the same color. We just need to give education some margin, especially margin top. Doesn't show up here. So what is wrong? Let me just check again. So we have our education, and then there is experience, right? Okay, so let me check again. So let's go back. Education, margin top, 2 rems. This is weird. So maybe I have done something wrong somewhere. So education left. This is background color and main. And what else? Margin, line height, date, current. Okay. I'm not sure. But if I give education to margins and then, oh, okay, I think, okay, let me, oh yeah, you see, because I've given right this color, all of it. I don't want all of it to have it. No, now we have this. Cool. Okay, and yeah, there is too much here, so let me just change this. And where was the stuff? So so we changed something somewhere. We solved one and we destroyed another. So but what did we change here? So I just gave right some padding. Okay, I got it. So this is right actually, and we got padding here. So maybe it's much better if we don't give right any padding and we give padding to the sections one by one here. So padding. Now we say 2 rem. Okay, now much better. This is the way actually I wanted it. Yeah, cool. Okay, this is it, right? Awesome. Now we also need some footer, by the way. We don't have any footer here. So let's just write some footer. So now after main, we create another one, call it footer. Oops. Footer. Yeah. And inside the footer, we need to have like 3 items, right? Like one should be like a p tag, like follow me on social media. Media. Another one is going to be our icons for those. So yeah, the icons for social media. For example, for Facebook, I guess it is fab here or there. Yeah, let's just go with fab, for example. And then Facebook square. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, so we, okay, well, you will see it, no worries. So this one, and we are going to copy and paste it 2 times. One for LinkedIn and one for Twitter. Okay, yeah, you can see it's just under this. Okay, now let's okay, so I think everything, and let's just say copyright, something like copyright at v. Well, the design is not mine, so now you can see a bit. Okay, or 2021. All right, now let's just arrange them. So let's go below and footer. Our footer is going to have a background color of, let's just say green, and then it needs to have also a padding, top and bottom, let's say 2 rem, and then left and right 0. Now you will see the icons, yeah, here. So now we need to center them. So we say text align center. Now everything's in center, cool. And maybe some line height. So line height 1.5. Awesome. Yeah, I don't want them bigger, or maybe do I? Okay, so if I want them bigger, so I can go here and simply say far 2x. It means that twice the size. Let's just copy it for others as well. Save, go back, and now it's bigger. Cool. Oh, this is beautiful, isn't it? So we can also change actually the color of these icons if we want to, but I don't want to. Why would I? Yeah, so we can also change the color of the icons in our style sheet. So yeah, let's just go, but if I change them, yeah, okay, let's change them. Color, oops, what's that? Oh no, not this one. I want green. Gave me green. Okay, save, go back. Now you can see all the colors have changed, but these ones have disappeared, right? Because they are here. That's why we need to put the style afterwards. And now if we change the color of the let's just change everything to white. And the the icon. So the footer icon, let's just say footer and the color this, and now we have it. Oof, that was quite a long one, right? And the last thing, okay, one last thing, some shadows. Maybe I just want also some shadows here. And let's see how we can do add some shadows to these boxes. So we want some shadows to the main. So let's go and find our main here. And the main should have, so we use filter and then drop shadow, and then it needs to have several arguments. Let me remember, actually I don't, so maybe 0, I don't remember exactly, so 004 I guess, and then some color, let's just say black. I'm not sure if it works like that. No, it doesn't. Put a comma here. Nope. So how did it work? Let me check. Okay, so I think we need to have commas in between each. Nope. Oh, okay, this should be actually a, yeah, it should be a place, not okay, let me check again. So 0 0, and this one maybe a rem. I think this should work. Yeah, we have that cool effect here now. Okay, this is beautiful, isn't it? It is. So this is what we created today. This is going to be like a CV kind of thing. It's super cool, easy, and we learned a lot, and we don't need these current things actually. You can't be working at several places at the same time. Let me just change this. The last thing, okay? So current, let's go back here. So the current should be okay for the first one. Let's just look for it. It's okay for the first one, but not okay for this one. So let's just delete this, and maybe 2000, I don't know, 15 to 2018 or whatever. And then here as well, we don't need this as well. 2020. Yeah. And this. And this should be the last one. Yeah, let's just save, go back. Oh yeah. Okay, now it's cool. Now we have made this in 53 minutes almost. How was that? I loved it. Thank you so much for listening and watching.